Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Welcome everybody to this very nice session of Gita course, which is one way a grand finale of one of the levels of Gita course. If you can hear me clearly and if you can see me nicely, please raise your hands. Okay, thank you. Please lower your hands. We will resume our discussion now. Let's start today's session just the way we started all the other previous sessions, by doing some kirtan. So I will share my screen. Please let me know if you're able to see my screen by typing yes in the chat box. Okay, thank you. We will Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachadine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadesatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadesatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari Gopi Jan Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari Gopi Jan Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braj Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Braj Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braj Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Braj Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय. This session, titled as the ultimate perfection, this happens to be the last session of this first phase of the Gita course, and this session is dedicated to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who's the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Before we begin this session, let's offer some pranam mantras for seeking the blessings of all the acharyas, various teachers and seniors. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtham Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yutapatikamadam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langhayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Harihi Om. That's it. Hare Krishna. So today, the session is called Ultimate Perfection, and the agenda for today is Lord Krishna's estimation of this real world in general, how to adjust the imbalance which is there in this world, renunciation versus devotion. Should devotion be a part of my life? And In the session 1 of the Gita course, we understood what are our needs, the emotional needs, the physical needs, and the psychological needs. We'll try to revisit them, and we'll try to understand that in this course of Gita, in this Gita course, did we actually cover or did we actually address our needs? We'll try to revisit them. And of course, like all the other sessions, there will be a practical tip of the day, which has the potential of making us happy right from day one, as and when we start implementing it. Lord Krishna's estimation of this world. So the best person to estimate this world is Lord Krishna. Simply because he has made this world. There is a very nice statement called as listen from the horse's mouth. And I was just Googling this phrase and this picture came up. Unless you hear it from the horse's mouth, don't listen to a jackass. So we have to hear from the horse's mouth. Actually, does anybody know how this phrase came into existence? How this idea anybody has, how this kind of a saying, hear from the horse's mouth? Any idea, anybody? If you have any idea, please raise your hands or maybe type it in the chat box. Okay, I will tell you, you will be quite amazed to know that this idea of hearing from a horse's mouth comes from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So there is a point of time when there are two demigods called as the Ashwini Kumaras. They decide to learn transcendental knowledge. The demigods also do not have access to the transcendental knowledge in actuality. They may be knowing it, just like many people know the Bhagavad Gita theoretically. They may be able to recite the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita and act very scholarly. But if we ask them to live the Bhagavad Gita for 10 minutes, it is not possible for them. So they did not have the Brahma Gyan or the transcendental knowledge. And this transcendental knowledge is accessible to only those people who hear submissively from a bona fide representative of Krishna. Otherwise, it is not accessible. There are so many people who think that they are bona fide, but unless and until they are connected to the Guru Shishya Parampara, and unless and until they act in the capacity of a spiritual master, it is not possible for the people to get liberated by listening to them. They may speak very, very eloquently, they may be very effective in the art of communication, but unless and until they are strictly repeating what has said, unless and until they are strictly repeating what they have heard from their own spiritual master after serving them submissively, the light of transcendental knowledge being revealed to them from the heart of the Guru to the heart of the disciple, and that transcendental knowledge being further passed on from heart to heart. If this setup is not there, where we have the opportunity of hearing from a self-realized devotee of Lord Krishna, then transcendental knowledge is not possible. Other than transcendental knowledge, all other kinds of mundane, impersonalistic, and skillful knowledge is possible. So Ashwini Kumar, two brothers who are the doctors in the demigod society, they decided to get transcendental knowledge of Brahma Gyan, so they approached Dadhichi Muni for that. And Dadhichi Muni agreed to give them the knowledge. But Indra was not very happy to know that these Ashwini Kumaras have approached Dadhichi Muni for getting transcendental knowledge. Transcendental knowledge is a birthright of everybody. A part and parcel of Krishna. The spirit soul is already divine, and it has naturally its claim to access the transcendental knowledge. But Indra was not very happy. He said these Ashwini Kumaras, they are already very famous all over the universe. If they get transcendental knowledge, then they might as well affect my reputation, or might also take over the position of Indra and things like that. So he came and he warned the Dadhichi Muni that if you give them the transcendental knowledge, I will chop your head off. So Ashwini Kumaras, when they heard this, they were a little hesitant to go to the Dhichi, but still they went somehow, hoping that the Dhichi will reject the request of giving transcendental knowledge. However, the Dhichi didn't do this. He was a man of principles. He said, whatever happens, come what may, whether I die or whether I live. You are a student, I am a spiritual master, and it is my job to give you this transcendental knowledge. I'll give it. However, the Ashwini Kumaras, they said that, anyways, if you start giving us, then Indra will come and he will chop off your head with the Vajra. So what we will do, we will put a horse on your head, a horse's head on the trunk of your body. And then the original head, we will keep it safely. So that Indra, when he comes and he chops off your head, we will put back your original head. Just imagine how advanced is the medical science in the higher planetary systems, or how advanced is the medical science of the Vedic knowledge. They can remove someone's head, put someone else's head. And it is not like some people say that human brain is most advanced. Goat's brain is not advanced, horse brain is not advanced. The muscular or the nerves which are there in the brain, sometimes they try to analyze it, thinking that intelligence is something which has got to do with the muscular value or the muscular nature or the nerve quotient of the physical organ called the brain. It has been many times described in Srimad Bhagavatam that there was another personality called as Daksha. His head was also chopped off by Veerbhadra, and then the head of a goat was placed on his head. But even when he had the head of a goat, his capacities of working as a universal administrator did not diminish. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that this means that intelligence has got nothing to do with the substance matter of the organ called brain. Intelligence comes from the soul. Whether someone has a goat's head or whether someone has a horse's head, they will always be able to act in the right proportion. So although the Dhichi at that time was having a horse head, somebody who has a horse's head is not very auspicious also. Not normal also. But the point here is that they were the Ashwini Kumaras, they were so much eager to learn the transcendental science of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrit. They were so eager to hear this that they were ready to hear even from the horse's mouth. Now, the whole world is the remnant of the Vedic culture. Some remember it, like the people in India are able to have some remembrance of that Vedic culture, and some are not able to remember. Although the Caspian Sea has been named behind sage Kashyap, but still people living in and around Caspian Sea, they don't remember that. So the point which I'm trying to make, that the original root of hearing from the horse's mouth, basically hearing from the horse's mouth means hearing from the eligible and qualified person. Even if he has a horse's mouth, let's hear from him. That is the idea. Now, you may ask, how did I come to know this? I heard it from my spiritual master. He was telling in one of the lectures that this is the real purport of hearing from the horse's mouth. So this shows that there are different cultures who are having simple, basic, universal truths which are being derived from the Vedic scriptures. This proves that the whole world is a remnant of the Vedic civilization. Some know it, some don't know it, some remember it, some don't remember it. So here the phrase hearing from the horse's mouth applies to Sri Krishna, who is the original creator of this world. So let us hear from Krishna the original estimation of this world. By the way, are you all with me, or did you get lost in hearing the story or the pastime? If you are still with me, you please type in the chat box, bring it on. Then I'll know that you are here. Yes. Thank you. Everybody is on. Everybody is on. Okay. Thank you. Please stop typing. I need to do this just to ensure that everybody is awake. Please, that's okay. I know you have made the most of the chat box. Please, thank you. Krishna says, Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gataha. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection. Please take note the words dukkhalayam, ashashvatam. These are the two adjectives which Krishna uses for this material world. Bhagavad Gita 8.15. Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Dukkhalayam means full of miseries. Ashashvatam means temporary. So in the translation also I have made bold few sections. So what is the estimation of this world? Or for example, if someone wants to know everything in detail about, let's say, a stone carving, and how is it possible? It is possible only if we approach the sculptor who made the stone carving, who can actually give you all the possible details to it. Not just the gross details, but even the subconscious details of the particular carving. Similarly, Krishna is the creator. He's the original Hayagriva. Hayagriva is that incarnation of the Lord who has a horse head. So he's the original Hayagriva, source of all other Hayagrivas, or the source of Hayagriva. He's the original horse from whom we are hearing. And he says, this material world is temporary and full of miseries. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Then he goes on to say in the 9th chapter, Kim punar brahmana punya bhakta rajarshayas anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. How much more this is so for the righteous brahmanas, devotees, and the sentient kings. Thus, having come to this temporary miserable world, they engage in loving devotional, loving service unto me. So another two adjectives. In the previous verse, you see the adjectives were, I'll use my highlighter. The adjectives were dukkhalayam, ashashvatam. These are the two adjectives. And in the next verse, the adjectives are anityam, asukham. Quite synonymous. Dukkhalayam, it can also be called as asukham, and ashashvatam can also be called as anityam. So little synonymous. But Krishna says it twice, once in the 8th chapter, 15th verse, and once in the 9th chapter, 33rd verse. So which confirms that what Krishna is really wanting to say. He wants to say that this world is temporary, miserable, and those who engage in loving service unto me, they are the only people who have some ray of happiness in this dukkhalayam, ashashvatam, anityam, asukham. This is the real estimation of this world, which we as the teacher of Gita course, you as the students of Gita course, try to learn and understand in all these sessions all this while. The question is Krishna pessimistic? Are we not having fun in this world? Why should it be branded as a miserable place? What is your opinion? Are you not having fun in life? If I ask any one of you, how are you? Everybody says, I'm fine, thank you. Some people say, I'm fantastic, I'm absolutely wonderful. How are things? Things are great. Then why, when we all say that things are great, absolutely fantastic, wonderful, why is Krishna saying dukkhalayam, ashashvatam, anityam, asukham? Whatever comes to your mind, can you please type it in the chat box so that I know how much time I need to spend on this subject. How are you? That's the question. Not bad. Naveen Kumar says, not bad. Fun was temporary. Say a few days again, misery comes. Suresh Babu is saying. How are you? I'm good. Venkat Nagendra. Abhijit Patra, not so good. Okay. Fine. Because the happiness which we are enjoying is temporary. We are materialistic. We are good. Ravi Agarwal says, fine. Mixture of happiness and sorrow. Because we are in illustration. What is the illustration? I think you want to say because we are in illusion. I think that's what you want to say. Okay. Krishna is preaching permanent happiness. The world gives us so much distraction that you can pursue what the soul really wants. Like you said, a jail is a jail, blissful, suffering here with sometimes happiness, sometimes sadness. We want to see Krishna. Okay, pretty much we all, I think, know the answer. Now, please stop typing. My next question is, Shashi Pandey Mataji is saying, everyone says I am fine, but it is not true always. That's a fact. It's not true. Just like when you go on the social media, like Facebook or Instagram or some other social, Twitter, especially on Facebook, because I have experience of Facebook. When you go to anybody's profile, they appear to be the happiest people in the whole creation. Just had the best possible birthday ever. Like that they will post. Had the most blissful day of my life. I just made the most lovely breakfast. I am just feeling loved. I'm just having the best time of my life. These kind of statements are there all around. Why? Why are people lying? Any answer? Why are people lying? Shashi Pandey Mataji is a very elderly person in our Gita course, and she has said it very rightly. We keep saying, I'm fine, but we don't always mean it. Why are we lying? Subramanya Bhavani Palghat says, by Krishna's grace, we are getting to hear and know about Krishna, so we are better than many, I guess. Okay, this is another perspective. They are not lying, but they don't realize. The Malagulani Mataji says, they are not lying, they do not realize. They don't know that they are lying because Maya has deluded them. Sudha Mataji is saying in another way. Afraid to show their pain because we don't want others to know our problems. Rajeshwari, that's a positive feedback. Prabhuji. Okay. That's a positive feedback. So these are nice points. Self-hypnosis. Self-hypnosis. They are not real, Narayani Kannan Mataji is saying. Very good. Now, please understand, if I go, thank you for the answers. They're all correct. Okay, thank you. Now, suppose if you go to a pig. Now, how many of you think a pig is a happy person? None of us think, because a pig is eating stool. How can a stool eater be happy? Just imagine what kind of discussions would be going on in the pig society. But still, if you go and ask a pig, are you happy? The pig will say, yes, I'm very happy. So this is the nature of Maya. No matter how much abominable situation we are in, we think that we are happy. And that's how Maya works. If the Maya does not delude us to think we are happy, then we will not be able to stay in this world. But we have desired to stay in this world. We have desired to stay away from Krishna. We wanted to feel that I am the enjoyer, and it is not possible to feel that I am the enjoyer until and unless I am in illusion, deep, dark illusion. So the job of Maya is to put us in illusion so that we think that we are the lords of everything that we survey around us, and we are enjoying, we are happy. Kaise ho? Maze mein hai. That answer will come unless and until, that answer will not come unless and until we are in illusion. So the answer is, Krishna is not pessimistic. The world is really a bad place to stay, especially the material world. But because we are in illusion, we think it's a good place to stay. Simply by adjusting some parameters of this material nature, I'll be able to become happy. By doing some yoga, I'll be able to invigorate my sex life even more, although I'm becoming old and old. By pressing some nose here and there, I can extend my life and I can eat whatever I want. There's no element, there's no question of sacrifice. There's no question of tapasya. I met a very, very old man, would maybe around 85, 89 years old, 90, near about 90. But he does pranayam every day. And he was telling, just see how I'm enjoying my life. I'm doing pranayam every day, because of which I don't have blood sugar, I don't have diabetes, I don't have hypertension. So I'm able to drink tea, I'm able to eat this samosa, I'm able to eat this gulab jamun, I'm able to eat this rasgulla. That is how he was talking to me. The whole purpose why Patanjali Muni had brought in pranayam has been absolutely forgotten. Because people want to do more sense gratification in a more invigorated way, they are doing few things and they are thinking that that kind of abominable existence is a very happy existence. I'm able to get up early and drink tea, so I'm very happy in my life. And there are some poets, some intellectuals who say, I have the sun, the sky above my head, I have the land below my feet, I have my bottle of beer in my hand. What else do I want in life? Like that they speak. And now Abhijit Patra is saying that I think who are bachelors, they are somehow happy. The grass is always greener on the other side, you know. You always keep feeling that that is happy. Just like, I'm just joking, just like a man always thinks that my neighbor's wife is always more beautiful than my wife. Similarly, a married person thinks bachelor is happy, and a bachelor is thinking a married person is happy. But what the reality is, if you want to know what the reality is, you have to read Srimad Bhagavatam. I will not answer this question now, whether Abhijit Patra Prabhu is thinking right or wrong. You have to read Srimad Bhagavatam to understand. Because my opinion doesn't matter. Srimad Bhagavatam states. So anyways, Krishna is not pessimistic. Coming back to the topic, the world is like that. Now, somebody was mentioning the jail comparison. Somehow I also have put the jail comparison here. The world is a jail. Now, the prisoners in the jail, they have a uniform. Imagine a prisoner standing in a jail uniform. They are always behind the bars. They are made to work hard, not like they have been put in a cell and they are being served biryani and Hyderabadi raita and dal makhani, and that is not happening. And the jailer is there who, even if they don't do any mistake, keeps ordering them some punishments every now and then. So this body is like a jail. Body which we have is the uniform. The soul is also entrapped in that body. So the body is like the uniform. And the lust, anger, greed, illusion, enviousness, and attachments which are there, they are like the bars. The difference is that in a physical, in a prison cell, the bars are visible. And because of that bar, one is not able to escape out of the prison. So here is the prison. The prison is the body. And because of the invisible bars of lust, greed, anger, illusion, enviousness, and attachments, we are not able to escape out of this bodily existence or the bodily conception of life. Please take note of this point. So such material nature is such a genius. She has made a jail where there are no bars. In fact, let's say the bars are invisible. Just like in jail, everybody is made to work hard. Even in the material world, everybody has to slog hard and hard and hard and hard and hard and hard and hard just to survive, not to enjoy, just to survive. They are not working hard to become better and better and better and better. They are working hard just to survive. Of course, just like a jailer is there who orders all punishments, so there is the material nature, Durga Devi, who gives all different kinds of kleshas to everybody. The Adi Bhautik Klesh, the Adhyatmik Klesh, Adi Daivik Klesh. Adhyatmik Klesh is that Klesh which comes because of our own body and mind. Adi Bhautik Klesh is that Klesh which comes from others, like a mosquito or a virus or my neighbor or a thief. And Adhidaivic kleshas are those kleshas which are coming because of the higher arrangement of the material nature, like flood, tsunami, earthquake, pandemics, and things like that. So how many of you agree, after seeing this comparison, that we are just like a prisoner is entrapped in a jail, we are entrapped in this material body. So this material body, or living in this material world in general, is like staying in a jail. If you agree with me, type yes in the chat box. If you don't agree with me, type no in the chat box. Okay, Naveen Kumar is saying no. Naveen Kumar, can you please elaborate why you did not agree? If you have some, see, don't be pressurized by seeing so many people are saying yes, only you are saying no. If you have a no, you please explain why you said no. Since you're a regular student. Sutapa Badikar is saying, don't know what is liberation from body. Is that a question or a substantiation of the yes? Naveen Kumar is saying it is all up to us to make it beautiful by reading the Bhagavad Gita. So if you actually read the Bhagavad Gita, Naveen Kumar, Krishna is saying this place is a dukkhalayam and a ashashvatam. How by reading the Bhagavad Gita, this place will not remain a dukkhalayam ashashvatam? In fact, if you read the Bhagavad Gita, you will come to know that this world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam, and therefore how one should stay in this world, that you will come to know. But no matter what you do, the nature of this material world will not change. It is dukkhalayam, it is ashashvatam. It is a place, no matter how much you read the Bhagavad Gita, can you avoid the death, Naveen Kumar? No matter how much you read the Bhagavad Gita and how much nice, beautiful explanations you derive from it, can you avoid old age? Can you avoid diseases? And if somebody does not truly understand the Bhagavad Gita, can they avoid repeated birth again and again? So this idea that by reading the Bhagavad Gita, the world will become a beautiful place is not a correct idea. Again, Naveen Kumar Prabhu is saying, in my opinion, Bhagavad Gita answers all worldly questions. Yes, but then you are not answering the question which I am asking. My question is, do you agree that this world, material world, is like a jail? It is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Do you agree or not? That was my question. He still doesn't. Okay. Okay, we can have a discussion later on this. See, I'm again highlighting, no matter 50,000 times you read the Bhagavad Gita, the nature of this material world will not change. As long as we are in this material world, the miseries will always be there. It cannot become the spiritual world. However, how to stay in this material world so that we don't get affected by the problems, that is discussed in the Bhagavad Gita. But the nature of this material world is, it is dukkhalayam, ashashvatam, anityam, asukham. Nothing is permanent in this material world. No matter how many times you study the Bhagavad Gita, nothing will become permanent in this material world. Okay, let's move on. Reality of this world. Lots of advertisements of happiness. Everyone is trying to be happy in their own innovative, everyone is trying in their own innovative ways to be happy. Some of them, they say that they have got happiness, but ultimately time kills all happiness. This is the reality of this material world. Buy this house, you'll become happy. Buy this undergarment, you'll become happy. Buy this life insurance, you'll become happy. Buy this microwave oven, you'll become happy. Buy this fairness cream, beauty cream, you'll become happy. These kind of statements have been going on. But people are not becoming happy. And people are trying their own innovative ways to be happy also. Some of them are claiming, I have become happy, I'm the happiest person in the whole world. But ultimately, time kills all happiness. People want to become CEOs of big companies. People want to become rich. But even after becoming rich, they are not happy. Otherwise, the richest person of this world would have not claimed that I am not happy. There are many people who have a claim to fame. There are many people who have claim to money, claim to beauty, claim to knowledge, claim to strength, claim to influence. All great, auspicious things which everybody wants. But still they are not happy. And even if someone attains some kind of happiness, time will destroy everything. That is the understanding here. So frankly speaking, this is happening because of the nature of this material world. It is dukkhalayam ashashvatam anityam asukham. And also because the logic of happiness in this world is misconstrued. What is the happiness of this real world? The happiness of the real world is something like this. Mostly the happiness exists in the anticipation of achieving something. If I just go one small bit or 1 inch more, if I just progress, if I just go 1 extra mile, I'll become happy. If I just get this new job, I'll become happy. If I just get this new car, I'll become happy. If I just get a new wife, I'll become happy. If I just get a new promotion, I'll become happy. If I just get rid of the disease, I'll become happy. The reason of this kind of thought process is that people think that the problem which they are presently facing is all in all. And their whole world revolves around this problem. Simply if they can get rid of this problem, their life will become completely blissful. They think like this. I repeat, they think that presently I am having this corona. As soon as I get rid of this corona problem, then I will live happily ever after. But they do not understand that one problem always gets replaced with another problem in this material world. This nature of material world can never change. This material world is like an ocean where the waves of problems keep coming. Now, when a very big wave is coming, a person may think that only if I can brave this wave, only if I can overcome this wave, then my life will become completely blissful. But is that an intelligent proposition? The answer is no, that is a foolish proposition. Because whether someone agrees or someone doesn't agree, the waves of problems in material world or in the material ocean or this ocean of birth and death will keep coming. So a wise person is not that person who keeps facing and braving the waves. A wise person is he who decides that these waves are endless. No matter how many Panchvarshya Yojanas we make, we cannot overcome these waves of problems of birth, disease, old age, and death. The only solution is to come out of this ocean and go and sit on the beach of transcendental existence. That is the solution. So people think that presently I have this problem. If I solve this problem, I'll become happy. So therefore, they keep anticipating just to achieve something which will help them to overcome this problem. Just like everybody is anticipating a vaccination right now. Corona, lockdown, Corona, lockdown, Corona, lockdown. Are people realizing that they are already in an eternal lockdown? Millions and billions of lifetimes we have been locked down in this material world, in a material body, suffering in an abominable way. Already an eternal lockdown is going on. Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Matajis, we are all in lockdown since time immemorial. Imagine if we come out of this lockdown, how much happy will we become? And the other logic of happiness in this world is comparison of status. First, there is the anticipation of achieving something. Like this, like they say, thoda hai, thode ki zarurat hai. This is the material meaning, material understanding of happiness. And comparison of status. My happiness is not based on what I have. I have thoda. But my happiness is not based on that. When my thoda becomes little bit more than my neighbor's thoda, then I'll become happy. If I have 2 cars and if my neighbor has 3 cars, I'll not be cognizant that I should be satisfied that I have 2 cars. Some people have no cars also. However, I will become happy when I have 4 cars and when my neighbor has 3 cars. This is a delta of difference between the accomplishment and the so-called happiness of my neighbor, and between me and my neighbor is the source of my happiness. If I have something more than my neighbor, I'll be happy. If I have something more than my competitors, I'll be happy. So that is the comparison status. If somebody, I am coming up with a very stupid example, but please bear with me. If some people are there who feel very happy by eating gulab jamuns. So if somebody is eating gulab jamun, very nicely made, hot gulab jamuns dipped in sugar syrup, rose scented sugar syrup. And if they are eating, they are relishing it. But all of a sudden they pick up their head and then they look into their neighbor's plate. Along with gulab jamun, there is also butterscotch ice cream in that. And the whole happiness goes away. Or let me give you another comparison of statuses. Suppose somebody is eating this gulab jamun very, very nicely. And while eating the gulab jamun, he gets a message from his boss which says, "You are fired." And he sees that message and then he again looks at that gulab jamun. Life is over. All the happiness is gone. Because he's seeing everybody else has a job. I don't have a job. However, if he and along with him other 2,000 colleagues get the same message, "You are fired," he'll not feel so unhappy. So our happiness is just the delta of difference between the happiness of others and we live basically in anticipation of things. So happiness in this material world can be summarized like this burger. Please take note. I'm displaying a vegetarian burger. So no controversy should happen. Look at this green vegetarian. People should not say Gita course mein chicken burger dikhaya hai. So he basically asked us to go and take this burger. No, I'm not advertising burgers here, but I'm just saying that look at this burger and imagine how far you have to stretch your mouth to eat this, like this. Lots of endeavor will go in eating this burger. For what? Just for that simple layer of spinach or aloo tikki or sauce, whatever you like, I don't know. For that little bit of thing, so much endeavor is being done. So material world is like that only. So much trouble to get something. And then when we finally get it, to maintain that, there is another so much trouble. Take an example of building a house. There is so much trouble to build a house. This material world or the material nature, the personification of material nature is Durga Devi. And Lord Shiva is the husband of material nature. So in one way we can say he's the presiding deity or the master of material nature. The husband of material nature is not having any house. He lives under a tree in Kailash. But the people afflicted by this material nature, they think that they should need a house. There must be some reason why Lord Shiva never built a house. This is the subject matter of discussion. That people under the control of Maya, they are in the illusion that they should have a 4 BHK, 5 BHK, 10 BHK, boat house, this house, that house. But the so-called master of material nature, he does not believe in having a house. He is happy sitting under a great tree, a nice tree, and in the Kailash mountains. The description of the tree is also there. It was said that once Mother Parvati, she forced Lord Shiva to build a house. Somehow domestic pressure works in the higher realms also. So he made a house, but then he told Mother Parvati that, see, now we are householders because we are holding a house. So our job is to invite Vaishnavas in our house and feed them nice prasadam. So Mother Parvati said, yes, please go ahead, do that. Lord Shiva invited some sages. Mother Parvati cooked very nicely. And when the sages, after having nice prasad, nice katha, nice kirtan, when they sat and chanted their 16 rounds together, and when the sages were about to leave, Lord Shiva gave them the new house in charity. And he again went and sat under a tree. So do you think Lord Shiva is a foolish person? He is Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. He is the leader amongst all the devotees of Lord Vishnu. He is the Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. So he is best amongst all the Vaishnavas. So do you think he's an idiot? So the endeavor to make a house is too much. People take EMIs and for 25 years, 30 years, they keep paying it. There are cases where people have taken heavy loans from the bank and the builder has run away with the project and the money, but the bank is not leaving them. So they are paying the EMI. They will pay double, triple amount of what they had taken. And in the end, they'll not get the house also. This is a real case. This person is my friend. And this is not that only this is happening, this has happened with so many people. People think simply by taking a loan, they can change their destiny. So there is so much endeavor in making a house. When you finally get it, maybe after finishing all the EMI, maybe for 6 months or so, you will be able to feel now finally this house is mine. But then again, death will come, finished, over. Just for 6 months of happiness, we became slaves for 40 years. And even when we get the house, there is so much trouble. When house comes, relatives also come. When relatives come, the problems will also come. The problems will come, get me this, get me that. We need this, we need this, we need that. And so many things will continue. And in order to maintain the house, one has to go through hell. So I'm not discouraging, but this is a reality. All sincere friends and sincere devotees and sincere householders, they have accepted this fact. That maintaining a house is more problematic sometimes than getting a house also. So therefore, it is not just valid for house, for anything in this material world. One has to go so much endeavor just to get it, and then a little bit of enjoyment, and then again so much misery. So world, I found this burger example very valid. I don't know if I'm able to present what I'm trying to say. So, there is a house in my neighborhood. Sukhalaya is the name of that house. Whenever I go there, I see it under construction. From last 4 years, at least, I'm seeing it under construction. So I always say, I read it to myself, Sukhalaya, under construction. And then again, some people will come under construction. In between, some people came and stayed there, but still they left. Now again, it is under construction. I don't know what's going on in that house. Sukhalaya, under construction. That's the nature of this material world. So how to adjust this imbalance? The imbalance which I'm talking about is birth, disease, old age, death, anityam, asukham, dukhalayam, ashashwatam. This is the imbalance. How to adjust it? What Naveen Kumar Prabhu was telling, I think he was talking about this fact, that how to adjust the imbalance. However, at that point of time, we were referring to the fact that whether imbalance is there or not. But I guess what Naveen Prabhu was pointing out is a further discussion, which is this discussion, how to adjust this imbalance. So 7.14, just keep coming. I will not check the chat messages henceforth until the end of the lecture. Devi hiyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mameva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. 7.14 Bhagavad Gita. How to be not affected by Maya, or how to be not affected by Sattva Gun, Rajogun, and Tamo. the modes of material nature. How is it possible? By surrendering unto Krishna. And surrender unto Krishna is only possible by surrendering unto the devotees of Krishna. Those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Take the example of police. Certain section of the city or village or town, they are following what the police or the administration or the law of court has to say. So they are never troubled by the law of court or the executives or the judiciary. But there are certain people who don't surrender to it. They say, no, we are beyond the court of law. We are outlaws. And there are many times people wear t-shirts saying outlaw. And some people take pride in being that. I'm an outlaw. But what happens to the outlaws? They fall in the grip or in the clutches of Maya. If we surrender to the court of law, we will be peaceful residents of this country. But if we don't surrender, then we'll be liable to punishment. Similarly, if we are surrendering to the divine government of Krishna, Daivi hi esha gunamani, mama maya duratyaya, mam eva ye prapadyante maya metam taranti. Then we can overcome the miseries which this material nature has in store for us. The word eva means only, and mam means me. Krishna specifies. And those who surrender only to me, he is not saying that whether you surrender to demigods or whether you surrender to the idea of impersonalism or monoism or this or that. No. Those who surrender to me only, and me means my personal form. Supreme Absolute Truth is a person. And those who surrender only to me, only to Krishna, they are able to Maya metam tarantite. They are able to easily cross beyond it. This is the purport of this verse. Moving on, we are just trying to understand how to imbalance this nature. The first way is to surrender unto Krishna. Surrender means to surrender to the devotee of Krishna. 18.66. Literally, Krishna spoke all these 700 verses finally to come to this verse only. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha ishyami ma shuchaha. Abandon all varieties of religions and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. This is the answer. This is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. This is the theme of Bhagavad Gita. If you meet any person who says, I have understood the Bhagavad Gita, you ask him, what is the essence or what is the theme or what is the true message of Bhagavad Gita? This is the true message of Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman parityaj. My dear sir, you are very intelligent. You are a great sadhu. But kindly just kick out whatever you have learned and understood till now and kindly just surrender unto Krishna. Which means to say, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. All this karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, he explained finally to say this. See, this is the primary level understanding of this Bhagavad Gita. We are planning to have something called as a level 2 of this Gita course, which is meant for serious students of the Gita course. There, I will go into the deeper meanings of these verses. Here, the word Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. He could have said Mam Ekam Sharanam Gacha, Mam Ekam Sharanam Bhaja. Why does he use the word Vraja? So the Acharyas comment, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Vraja also means Vrindavan. So Krishna was actually thinking of the residents of Vrindavan. They are the epitome of surrender. Now think of the miseries which were coming or the troubles which were coming in Vrindavan. On a daily basis, so many demons were coming, so many atrocities were happening, so many natural calamities were happening, so many problems were coming on a daily basis simply because Krishna was there. They could have easily said, Nand Maharaj, you and your son, you please go out from this village, we'll have a peaceful life. But they never said that. They just wanted to serve Krishna and please Krishna. And they were ready to accept 10,000 more troubles because of that. So that is Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja, because people of Vraja Vrindavan had taken shelter of Krishna. Krishnaika Sharanam. I was explaining in the Govardhan Leela that the people of Vrindavan, they were worshipping Indra for thousands and thousands of generations. But Krishna came and told once, you stop it. They stopped it. Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Mashucha. Don't have any doubt. Sarva Dharman Parityaja. The gopis of Vrindavan, they did this. Sarva Dharma. Whatever dharma they had towards their in-laws, their sons, their brothers, their husbands, they gave up everything. Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. That is why Lord Chaitanya, who is Krishna himself, who comes in Kali Yuga, he is a sannyasi. Now, a sannyasi should not discuss matters related to the opposite gender. But what is he saying? He's saying that there is no other higher form of worship, of worshipping Govinda, than what the Vrajavadhus did. That means the wife or the Vadhus or daughter-in-laws of Vraj Vrindavan, what they did. The gopis of Vrindavan. So this shows that meditation on the pastimes of the gopis with Krishna is not a lusty affair. It is the transcendental science. It is a transcendental understanding. The highest understanding of this verse is to understand that I am not a brahmachari, I am not a grihastha, I am not a sannyasi, I am not a vanaprastha, I am not a brahmana, I am not a kshatriya, I am not a vaishya, I am not a shudra. I am just the servant of the servant of the servant of the maintainer of the gopis. Gopi bhartya pad kamalayor das dasanudas. That is the real purport of Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. And when somebody is able to do this, when Krishna sees that they have given me, what can I give them? Money? No, they already gave up money to come to me. What can I give them? Name and fame? No, they already gave it up. What can I give them? Nice family, nice children, nice material life? No, they already gave it up. So Krishna is thinking, what can I give them? He's thinking, and then he realizes that there is nothing which I can offer to them than myself. So Krishna offers himself to such devotees. And then he becomes a puppet in the hands of such devotees. Therefore, people of Vraj Vrindavan used to make Krishna dance like a puppet on the streets of Vrindavan. Why? Because they had conquered Krishna. Krishna's name is Ajita. He is unconquerable. They had conquered Krishna by themselves getting conquered in their love for him. So therefore, the all-attractive Krishna became attracted to the love which they had for him. This is how you understand these verses. So in level 2 of the Gita course, we will be discussing more in depth with more practical applications. When Krishna says Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, the level 1 understanding of Toyam is take some water and give. The level 2 understanding is Krishna is actually asking for that one drop of tear which will come out from your eye after years and years of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When somebody starts thinking that actually I have no love for Krishna, the fact that I'm separated from Krishna and I'm still alive, this means that I have no love for Krishna. When I chant the names of Krishna, I do not get any taste in chanting. I am not able to always think of Krishna and always remember Krishna. I'm the most fallen person in the whole creation. I'm more fallen than Jagai and Madhai also, because Jagai and Madhai they got mercy from Lord Chaitanya once and they became pure devotees. But I am getting mercy so many times by getting the association of devotees, by eating Krishna Prasad, by reading the verses of Bhagavad Gita. But still, just see how unfortunate I am. When in this utter humility, when that first drop of tear will come out from our eyes, Krishna asks for that toyam or that water. So like this, you see, there is no limit to understand the Bhagavad Gita. If somebody is saying that I have understood the Bhagavad Gita, my obeisances to them, but I have at least not ever understood the Bhagavad Gita. I'm only trying to scratch the surface. So there's no end. So question comes that what, Prabhuji, what we will do after level 1? There is enough to explain, enough to discuss, enough to apply. Most importantly, level 2 is more about application. It will be less of classes and more of application. So therefore, we had circulated a form. How many of you are interested in level 2? Some people filled the form. Some people did not fill the form. Those who have filled the form, those who have expressed their availability, they have been considered. Of course, not just considered, you need to have a good attendance also. You can't be having 30%, 40%, 50% attendance and thinking that you'll be able to understand and be present in level 2. No, that is not allowed. At least I see that it does not work out. In my previous years, I've seen. So we will discuss that later, but coming back to the discussion, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Ma Shucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. This is the ultimate summum bonum of Bhagavad Gita. These are some ways in which we can overcome the the difficulties or the fallacies of this material world. Now I have put down some examples here, Gajendra Moksha example. And can someone tell me who is the person to the right hand side of Gajendra? By typing in the chat box, who is this person? Thank you very much. All of you are so nice. Thank you. Please stop typing now. Okay. So, do you think that Srimad Bhagavatam or Ved Vyas is a sadist person, that he really enjoys talking about people who are in deep distress? Now, all the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, they talk about people who are in deep distress, like Prahlad or Gajendra. Why can't they talk of happily living ever after kind of experiences? Number one, they don't talk about that because that is not possible in this material world. There's no such thing as happily ever after. And number two, just like, again, a very stupid example, just like if you ask someone the highlight of a football match or a cricket match, they will not tell you the entire thing, the most illustrious things in which some great conquest has happened. So similarly, these are some moments in the history of this universe where, on the power of devotion, somebody has conquered the cycle of birth and death. This is the most glorious conquest. Prahlad used to live in Satyuga. You name me one person who has lived 10,000 years ago from now. Of course, the material scientists will say that we were all running naked, and 20,000 years ago we were all amphibians swimming in water. But I never buy that statement, because that's absolutely baseless and foolish. Just because I don't know the name of my great grandfather, that does not mean that my great grandfather was a monkey. Does anybody believe that their great grandfather was a monkey? If that is the case, then why not all monkeys have become humans? Why do we still have monkeys on this planet? So, coming to the question, a refutation has its own rasa. However, my question is, please name one person who used to live 20,000 years ago. Or name one person whom you know from the previous ages. Somebody is saying Prahlad, Markandeya. Please go ahead, give me some more names. Manu. There are many Manus. Manu is like a position. You have to give the name of the Manu. Okay, go ahead. Ved Vyas, Dhruva, Rishi Vishwamitra, Ikshvaku, Sapta Rishis. Again, this is not a name. I need names. Hanuman. Okay, I think you have got my point. See all the names which have come here till now. Prahlad, Markandeya, Vedvyas, Dhruva, Vishwamitra, Ikshvaku, Hanuman, four Kumaras, Valmiki. What are these people? They are all devotees of the Lord. That's why everybody remembers them. So only devotion can give someone everlasting fame. Okay, Deepthi Kohli Shetty is typing Ashwathama. Please tell me something about Ashwathama. Not many people know Ashwathama, by the way. Son of Drona. Okay. He is Chiranjeevi. For your information, Deepthi Kohli Shetty Mataji, Ashwathama is already dead. And he died by a curse. Basically, Ashwathama died like a dog. Lost and forgotten. See, we can also say Ravan's name here. We can also say Hiranyakashipu. We can also say names like Shishupal and all. But why these people are existing? They are existing because they are remembered in reference to the God, in reference to the Lord or the devotees of the Lord. Deepthi Kohli Shetty Mataji, would you have remembered the name of Ashwathama if he had not been a contemporary of people like Arjuna, Yudhishthira, Krishna? No, nobody will care for Ashwathama. Similarly, Ravan, we remember him because of Lord Ram. Sulbha Parki Mataji has, I'm sorry, but people are saying that I think Sulbha Parki Mataji has met Ashwathama somewhere. She's saying that usko शाप था आज भी घूम रहा है. कहाँ घूम रहा है माताजी? आप मिले हैं क्या उससे? Anyways, the Bhagavatam says he is dead. ये क्या है? Ashwathama हटो, नरो या कुंजरो. I don't know what's this message. Anyways, we are getting a little distracted. We'll get back to this session. So, renunciation versus devotion. The essence of this discussion was that to overcome the imbalance of material nature, one has to become a devotee of the Lord. Only then, just like a lotus flower or a lotus leaf always stays in kichur, in dirt, but never gets affected by the dampness or the water or the dirt there. Similarly, although this material world is dukkhalayam, ashashvatam, anityam, asukham, but by devotion to Krishna, one can be in a state of existence where they are not affected by this anitya, asukh, dukkhalaya, and ashashvat nature of this material world. I'm not saying that by reading the Bhagavad Gita, one can avoid the miseries. However, I'm saying that by reading the Bhagavad Gita, miseries, whether they come or whether they don't come, suffering is always optional. I repeat, one who reads Bhagavad Gita does not escape the miseries. Prahlad and Gajendra are live examples. However, one who chants the name of, or one who chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, for them suffering becomes optional. Miseries will be there, but suffering will be optional. Renunciation versus devotion. Devotion, the general conception. Whenever we talk about the Krishna consciousness, some people say, oh, yesterday, one of the book distributors, he went out to distribute some books. He came back and he was telling this story that he was trying to distribute book to a person, and he said, Bhagavad Gita is supposed to be read once you have become 55 years old, not before that. Before that, you have to enjoy. Life is meant for enjoying. So this is a general conception which is there. So whenever we talk about Krishna consciousness, either people think that they have to become the person who is shown on the left-hand side, like this. I'll use my laser pointer. They think we have to become like this. This is the meaning of chanting Hare Krishna. Person will leave everything. You see, there is a small tiger also behind. So that means you have to go to the forest, become fearless, sit like this, chant. Or else they think that, okay, you have to become a sannyasi. A sannyasi has been, this is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. His Holiness, his name is Tamal Krishna Goswami. He is no longer there, he passed away. But I took his picture. People think either one will become like this or one will become like this. So my question to all of you, to all my dear students who have been tolerating me from so many sessions, do you necessarily have to become like this to practice Krishna consciousness? If you think the answer is yes, please type yes. If you think no, then please type. Okay, thank you. I think my message has reached clearly to everybody. So let's see what Krishna has to say, or let's see what Arjuna has to say. Thank you. Arjuna uvacha sannyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam cha shamsasi yachreya etayorekam tanme bruhi me sunishchitam. Arjuna said, "Oh Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce work. And then you again recommend me work with devotion. Now will you kindly tell me which of the two is more beneficial?" This is 5.1 of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is getting confused. Krishna is telling, give up the fruits of your work. Become a renunciant. And then he's telling you work in devotion. So what is better, renunciation or work? Answer this question in the next verse, 5.2, which is Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sannyasah Karma Yogascha Nihshreyasa Karabhubhau Tayostu Karma Sannyasat Karma Yogo Vishishyate. Personality of Godhead replied, the renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation. But of the two, work in devotional service is better than renunciation of work. The ultimate understanding which Krishna has to offer. Sannyas in Kali Yuga, according to scriptural injunctions, is very difficult and in most of the cases not allowed also. However, the real meaning of sannyas is one who is extremely busy trying to serve Krishna. A Vaishnava sannyasi, if you see his sannyas danda, you will see that there are 4 sticks in it. There are 3 long sticks wrapped with a cloth, and then there is one small stick on the top. So these 3 sticks represent Kaya, Manasa, Vacha, body, mind, and words. That means a person who has dedicated himself to serve Krishna and only Krishna with body, mind, and words. And the 4th small stick represents the soul. That means who has engaged himself at the platform of spirit soul by understanding that he is not this body but a spirit soul. And the eternal constitution of the spirit soul is to serve with body, mind, and words Krishna and the devotees of Krishna. Such a person is a sannyasi. This is the definition of sannyas. So a sannyasi may also be, I know some sannyasis in ISKCON, they have been sent to some remote area in the northeast and they've been asked to come up with some projects there. And they are also going to various municipality offices, getting sanctions, getting paper signed, trying to raise some funds here and there, and trying to make a temple or trying to do some annadan or trying to distribute the books of Bhagavad Gita. If you look at them, they look like exactly ordinary people. An ordinary person is also running for a cement bag. The sannyasi is also running for a cement bag. But there is a huge difference between the destination, what this sannyasi will get and what this materialist will get. So that is the value of working in devotion. Srila Prabhupada used to say that there is no difference between my sannyasis and my grihastha disciples, because all of them are simply living for the pleasure of Guru. So anybody who is simply living for the pleasure of Guru is already a sannyasi. It is not that one needs to wear a particular kind of dress, carry a danda. No. Simply by wearing a dress, if somebody could become a sannyasi, then today all the people of this world wouldn't have lost their faith in the sannyas order of life. Because some idiots, less intelligent, unfortunate people could not understand the meaning of sannyas prematurely, or with some ulterior motives, they changed their dress. Seeing all these, the people of the present day world, they lost their faith in the renounced order of life. Now, nobody respects a devotee. I was showing this book to you in the previous session, Nectar of Book Distribution. So you see, Prabhupada is meeting Lal Bahadur Shastri and he's giving his Bhagavatam first canto copy to him. So how did he get the appointment to meet Lal Bahadur Shastri? Prabhupada writes that he just, he decided to go to the Prime Minister's office and he was just standing there in front of the Prime Minister's office. And the Prime Minister saw, here is a saintly person who is standing from the last 2 hours. He should get my audience, and immediately Lal Bahadur Shastri called him. But now you go to the Prime Minister's office in dhoti kurta, first of all, they'll throw you out. You are not secular. How did you come to Prime Minister's office wearing a tilak? You shaved head fellow, wearing bed sheets, don't have proper clothes or what? You want to clothes maketh a man. First wear proper clothes and come. Are you poor? In this winter you have shaved your head. Why don't you wear a hat? These kind of statements they say. Why? Because some idiots, they have done something stupid. Because of that, people have lost their faith in the sannyas order of life. Otherwise, the meaning of sannyas is really, it's the most exalted position in the order of human society. Basically, a sannyasi commits, what can I say? He commits his entire breath and every moment of his existence for the service of the Lord. Now, who will not respect such a person? So therefore, Krishna says, work in devotional service is far better than renunciation of work. So I will now show you the photos of some people who are doing work in renunciation. Now, who recognizes these two photos? Anybody who recognizes, please type their names in the chat boxes. Do you know the person in the left? Anybody? Okay, do you know the person in the right? Some Indian industrialist. The left or the right one? Left one. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Some Indian industrialist. Sudha Mataji, I think you have to you really worked it out. Okay. The point which I'm trying to drive here is that one need not be a sannyasi to practice. The person in the left, this man with his wife, is Mafatlal, Mr. Mafatlal. Is the owner of the Mafatlal Fabric Company, one of the biggest fabric companies of the world. In the Juhu temple, Radha Ras Bihari temple, established by ISKCON Radha Ras Bihari temple or ISKCON Juhu, they spend most of their time there only. Now, who says that if you want to be a successful person in the material world, you cannot have time to chant Hare Krishna? Who here in today's gathering can claim that they are more busy than Mr. Mafatlal? If you are, please raise your hand. And I will arrange, I know Mr. Mafatlal, I'll arrange for an appointment and you can discuss with him and learn how to get your problems sorted out. Okay, I think somebody is telling also that I need an appointment. Mafatlal group, okay, thank you. I thought somebody said I need to talk to him. And the person on the right is Alfred Ford, the grandson of Henry Ford. How many of you want to have Ford cars in your home, standing outside your home? By the way, Alfred Ford is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and his name is Ambarish Das. There is a great temple which is coming, Temple of Vedic Planetarium, about which I will speak in the level 2 of this Gita course. He is the most instrumental person in building that Temple of Vedic Planetarium. The hard-earned money which he earned and which his forefathers had earned by building the Ford cars have been given away to build the Temple of Vedic Planetarium. Okay, Naveen Kumar is telling he had a Ford car already. So the owner of these Ford cars is a devotee wearing dhoti kurta with an Indian wife sitting in some place in Mayapur, and they are simply chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The point which I'm trying to drive here is that look at these people. Ambarish Prabhu, Alfred Ford, I have met him also. Mafat Lal, I have not met him personally, but I know him. I know of him, I have seen him address a gathering. So these people are like the busiest people in the world. But they chant more than 16 rounds every day. They read more than 1 hour in an absorbed way. They read Srila Prabhupada books for more than 1 hour every day. They chant more than 16 rounds every day. They perform Mangal Arti and other deity worships every day. They hear the lectures of Prabhupada more than 1 hour every day. And even after attending all their work and all their family affairs, and businessmen, they are invited to so many meetings and gatherings. A businessman cannot survive in the business society without formally socializing everywhere. And they are doing all that. But even after that, they have sufficient time to meet the devotees. They will never say no if a devotee goes and wants to meet them. They will not say, I am the owner of the Ford company, get lost. See you in the next quarter. Or I am the owner of Mafat Lal company. I have just given 2 examples here. There are many, millions and billions of such examples. Anybody who has the Krishna book, anybody who is fortunate enough to have the Krishna book, you read the foreword of Krishna book. It has been written by George Harrison. George Harrison is the member of the Beatles music band. At one point of time, they used to say that Beatles are more famous than Jesus Christ also. So there are millions and billions of such examples, honest people who have taken to the practice of Krishna consciousness. And they are more busy than you and me, and they are able to do more sadhana than you and me. So the statement that one needs to shave their head and sit in a temple to chant Hare Krishna, read the books of Srila Prabhupada, distribute the books of Srila Prabhupada, hear his lectures. Oh, I am a mother. I have 2, 5, 10 children. I don't have time. I am the winner of the family. I have night shift. Do you think Mafat Lal and Ambarish or Alfred Ford, they wouldn't have to get up in the night and go to attend some emergencies? It's all about priorities. Point which I'm trying to make is devotion can be practiced anywhere. That is why in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna consciousness cannot be checked by any material circumstances. I repeat, Krishna consciousness cannot be checked by any material circumstances. Srila Prabhupada says this in his purports. So one need not become a sannyasi, or one need not move into the temple to become a Krishna devotee. Sthane sthita shruti gatam tanuvan manobhi. Lord Brahma says in his prayers to Lord Krishna, 10th canto, chapter 14. Sthane sthita, wherever you are, if you are a brahmachari, you remain a brahmachari. If you are a grihastha, you remain a grihastha. If you are a sannyasi, you remain, wherever you are, you remain there. Sthane sthita shruti gatam tanuvan manobhi. Just take shelter from wherever you are. You take shelter of a self-realized devotee of Lord Krishna and just hear submissively, that's all. Sthane sthita shruti gatam tanuvan manobhi. Alfred Ford, I'm not sure about Alfred Ford, but George Harrison came and asked Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, should I also shave my head and move into the temple and start wearing dhoti kurta and all that? Srila Prabhupada said, no, there's no need of doing that. You're already so famous in this world. Your music is so nice. You're already singing Hare Krishna music. Wherever he used to go, he used to sing at least one Hare Krishna song in all the concerts. And even the other songs which he was making was based around the theme of the purports of Srila Prabhupada. He even sponsored the Krishna book. He donated the London temple, the Bhaktivedanta Manor. So Srila Prabhupada said, you're doing so much service. Sthane sthita, wherever you are, you remain there. Just chant Hare Krishna and use your fame in the service of Krishna. So one need not shave up and become a sannyasi. Chant Hare Krishna. Even staying in your own homes, even attending this online Gita course, one can become the pure devotee of Krishna. For that, what we have to do, we have to catch hold of, we have to catch the dhoti of some pure devotee of Krishna, catch the lotus feet of the pure devotee of Krishna, and just submissively hear from them. Simply by this hearing and chanting, one can conquer the unconquerable one. By submissive hearing and chanting, you can attract the all attractive. That is Krishna. Now, the last part of this discussion is understanding my needs. Okay, I have some needs. Maintain the body and family. How to fulfill it? Earn a livelihood. I need satisfaction of mind. How to do it? Work according to your own nature. Handling the pressure and stress. One needs to do meditation for that. Maintaining healthy relations. One need to have the mood of service. That means a humble attitude, giving all respect to others and not expecting any respect for themselves. More tolerant than a tree. Stay grounded. And finally, needs of the soul, which is handled only by devotion to God. Generally, I have seen people spend most of their time pertaining to these top 4 things: maintain the body and family, satisfaction of mind, handling pressure and stress, maintaining healthy relations. Everybody mostly misses the needs of the soul because they don't know that they are a spirit soul. So therefore, the devotion to Krishna is missing. Many of you may be earning a livelihood. Many of you may be claiming that you are working according to your own nature. Many of you may be doing some kind of impersonalist or mundane meditation, which may be giving you. Some kinds of meditation can help you earn more money. Some kind of meditation can help you invigorate your sex life. Some kind of meditation can help you to overcome diseases. Some kind of meditation can help you to conquer your enemies in a more efficient way. So you can be doing so many different kinds of mundane meditation, but no meditate. What is the definition of meditation? That people are missing. Mood of service. Some people may say, I'm a great servant of this organization. Stay grounded, yes. If you don't stay grounded, the boss will make you grounded. You'll have to go underground. However, everybody mostly misses this devotion to Krishna aspect. Please remember, focusing on only one point leads to misery and frustration. If somebody focuses only on the body, on maintaining the needs of the body and the extensions of the body, then that will lead to misery and frustration. However, if someone focuses on the needs of the soul, then everything else is automatically taken care of. I think I've mentioned in my previous sessions, one of my great friends, name is Rup Vilas Prabhu. He was a very, very tall person. When he used to stand in front of me, he would put his hands on my shoulders. He was a German, basically. He used to look into my eyes and he had a blissful face. His hands were almost reaching his knees. He used to look like a Mahapurush to me. Blue eyes. And he used to tell me always, every time he used to see me. At that time, my name was Ajit. He used to tell me, Ajit, if you nicely take care of your spiritual life, your material life will automatically be taken care of. But if you ignore your spiritual life in the pursuit of taking care of your material life, then neither your material life will be successful nor your spiritual life will be successful. All the time he used to keep telling me, he used to drive just this one point in my head. So I'm so thankful to him that he told me. I was such an idiot. At that time I didn't understand. But now I have begun to understand it. That if somebody simply focuses on their spiritual life, of course, one has to do their prescribed duties. But that does not mean that one will ignore their spiritual life. So we need a healthy balance. We need a healthy balance. And the balance, the source of all balance is Krishna. If we can just keep Krishna happy, for a devotee of Krishna, what is difficult to achieve in this world? At this point of time, we are speaking about meditation. I saw one verse. This is apart from the Bhagavad Gita. I'll show you one verse. Give me one moment. See if I have it opened in my laptop. Yes. I'll share my screen now. What is meditation? Very, very important point to know. I was just reading this verse. Are you able to see my screen? If you are able to see my screen, please. Okay, thank you. No more messages. This is the 4th canto, 24th chapter, shloka number 53. Etad rupam anudhyayam atmashuddhim abhipsatam yad bhakti yogo abhayadah swadharmam anutishtatam. Lord Shiva is telling this to the Prachetas. My dear Lord Shiva is basically praying in front of the Prachetas to Lord Krishna. He's telling, my dear Lord, those who desire to purify their existence must always engage in meditation upon your lotus feet, as described above. So in the previous verses, Lord Shiva has described how the lotus feet of Krishna looks like, how his nails look like, how his navel looks like, how his shoulders look like, how his hair looks like, how his face looks like. So basically he is doing intense meditation on the beautiful form of Lord Krishna. Whenever you see Lord Shiva sitting in a trance-like position, absorbed in meditation, always understand that he is meditating on Krishna. However, it is unfortunate that most of the followers of Lord Shiva, they meditate on the impersonal. This is a very sorry state. They don't understand the mood of Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is saying those who are serious about executing their occupational duties. Now, what are these occupational duties? In the slide, maintaining health, maintaining family, satisfaction of mind, all these are occupational duties. So Lord Shiva is saying those who are really serious about executing their occupational duties and who want freedom from fear, abhay, what they must do? They must take to the process of bhakti yoga. Let's see what Prabhupada tells in the purport. I'll take some points from the purport. It is said that the transcendental name, form, pastimes, and entourage of the Lord cannot be appreciated by the blunt material senses. Therefore, one has to engage himself in devotional service so that the senses may be purified and one can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here, however, it is indicated that those who are constantly engaged in meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord are certainly purified of the material contamination of the senses and are thus able to see the Supreme Lord face to face. Now, Prabhupada is taking a blow on the word meditation. He says the word meditation is very popular in this age amongst the common people, but they do not know the actual meaning of meditation. However, from Vedic literature, we learn that the yogis are always absorbed in meditation, not on something impersonal, but upon the lotus feet of the Lord. Dhyana vasthita tadagatena manasa pashyanti yam yoginaha. This is a very nice verse from Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 13th chapter, shloka number 1. Dhyana vasthita. That means they are in trance. Tadagatena manasa. In their mind, they are seeing what? Pashyanti yam yogina. They are actually seeing the lotus feet of the Lord in the core of their heart, in the heart of their hearts. So this is the real business of the yogis, to think of the lotus feet of the Lord. Lord Shiva therefore advises that one who is actually serious about purification must engage himself in this type of meditation. And then, he talks about how to go back home, back to Godhead. One more point Lord Shiva makes here, or Srila Prabhupada explains. Those who are very fanatical about, I have my responsibilities, I have to do this, that, is being explained here. The word Swadharmam indicates that the system of Varnashram, which indicates the occupational duties of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and which is in the perfect institution of humanity, must be supported by Bhakti Yoga if one wants all security in life. Generally, people think that simply by executing the occupational duties of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra, or the duty of a Brahmachari, Grihasth, Vanaprastha, or a Sannyasi, one can become fearless or securely attains liberation. But factually, unless all these occupational duties are accompanied by Bhakti Yoga, one cannot become fearless. That means any perfection which you want to attain, either in your material life or in any kind of life, unless and until the touch of bhakti, unless and until the touch of Krishna consciousness, unless and until the touch of a devotee comes in your life, there's no possibility of getting any success. In Bhagavad Gita, there are descriptions of Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Dhyana Yoga. Many people subscribe to only one portion. I am a Karma Yogi, so I will not read after chapter number 3. I am a Dhyana Yogi, I will not read after chapter number 6. But Prabhupada says, Lord Shiva says, but unless one comes to the point of Bhakti Yoga, the other yogas cannot help one to attain the highest perfection of life. Even if you want to become a successful Karma Yogi, you need the touch of devotion. Otherwise, it is not possible. In other words, Bhakti Yoga is the only means for liberation. And then he talks about Chaitanya Charitamrita. And this is the point. God is known to be unconquerable, but one who submissively hears the words of a self-realized soul conquers the unconquerable. The conclusion is that if one is serious about liberation, he should not only execute the occupational duties of Varnashram Dharma, but should also engage in Bhakti Yoga by beginning hearing from a realized soul. That means until and unless you hear from a realized soul, the Bhakti process cannot begin. This process will help the devotee conquer the unconquerable Supreme Personality of Godhead and become his associate after giving up the material body. Just see how nice purports Srila Prabhupada is writing. I'll come back to this purport later. I will try to go back to this presentation because I'm doing a Gita course, not a Bhagavatam course. Okay, so now we have understood that devotion to God cannot be ignored, otherwise everything will go for a toss. So that was the summum bonum of today's discussion. Now, what is next? Level 1 has got over. Time has also got over. We'll have something called as level 2 of this Gita course. My primary idea of level 1 of the Gita course was to instill faith in devotees. There are various stages of devotion, 9 stages of devotion, practically speaking. The first stage is Adau Shraddha. That means faith or firm conviction that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So therefore, we have designed some sessions keeping this vision in mind. We just had one statement with us, Shraddha. So in the next stage of bhakti is Sadhu Sangha. Realizing the importance of the association of devotees. Adau Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha. When one understands the importance of association of devotees, then they start bhajan kriya or their sadhana, hearing, reading, chanting in a strict way. So the goal of level 1, many people said, Prabhuji, why don't you go shloka by shloka? Prabhuji, why don't you do this? Why don't you? But my goal was just Adau Shraddha. There are so many Gita courses which are running all around the world. Udemy, online, this, there you go. But how many can claim that after going through that Gita course, they have become devotees of Krishna? So our job from ISKCON Whitefield was to make sure We never intended that anybody will actually become a scholar of Bhagavad Gita. I am your teacher and I'm only saying that I have only not understood the Bhagavad Gita. Every time when I read, I derive a higher understanding from it. This world is like a hospital. Some patients are senior patients, some patients are junior patients. A senior patient can sometimes treat the junior patient in the absence of the doctor. Srila Prabhupada is the doctor. I may be one of the senior patients, but ultimately we are all trying to learn the Bhagavad Gita. So our idea was not that you will become scholars of Bhagavad Gita or you'll become perfect in reciting the Bhagavad Gita or you will learn the Bhagavad Gita. No. My objective was to make all of you fully convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I don't know how successful I have become in that. Only time will tell. But however, this was the aim. So in level 2, I'll tell you right away, my aim is Sadhu Sangha. My aim is to create an environment where the association of devotees, the consultations, the exchanging of prasad and giving of prasad, the exchanging of minds, asking questions confidentially and revealing one's mind in confidence, the idea of helping each other out and having easy access to the association of devotees in such a way that one may feel that yes, without associating with the devotees, no, I cannot actually progress in Krishna consciousness. So the idea of level 2 is to bring everybody to that level of realization where they understand that without the association of devotees, it is not possible to practice Krishna consciousness. So the goal of level 2 Gita course is Sadhu Sangha. So all my sessions will be based on Sadhu Sangha. We'll understand the importance of Sadhu Sangha. We will actually do more practical Sadhu Sangha with each other. And we will realize how much blissful it is. What do devotees do when they get together? Why is a great personality like Lord Shiva all the time sitting in Kailash, surrounded by the 4 Kumaras, Kuvera, and other devotees of Lord? What are they discussing all the time? So we will understand the intricacies of Sadhu Sangha, what is Vaishnava etiquette, how to behave in the association of devotees. And of course, like I said, I will revise many, many things and we will go deeper into our concepts. Bhagavad Gita can primarily be divided into 5 subject matters: Ishvara, Prakriti, Jiva, Kala, and Karma. I have discussed about Ishvara, I have discussed about Prakriti, I have discussed about Jivatmas, I have discussed about Karma, Karma, Sakarma. I have not discussed about Kal or time. So in the level 2, I think I will start with time. Kal. So like that, few aspects of Gita, Bhagavad Gita are still pending. So we will cover that, we will revise many of them, but primarily we will focus more on Sadhu Sangha, practical Sadhu Sangha, where we will actually start feeling the bliss of Krishna consciousness. So that is the idea of doing level 2. Eligibility criteria for this is anybody who has more than 50% of attendance in level 1 of Gita course is eligible. Those who do not have 50% attendance and who still want to participate in level 2, you have to personally get in touch with me and you can present your case. And I am a very simple person. I'm not any Hitler. If I see even the slightest trace of sincerity in you, and if I can understand that due to some bona fide reasons you could not attend, I'm more than happy to have you in level 2. Please understand that we are not here to throw you away. No, you people are very precious for us. We started our Gita course with 480 people. Now we have hardly 100 or 120. So I'm very much eager to associate with all of you, but just like when you go to the higher classes, there is a higher discipline which is needed. So similarly, level 2 means a little bit more discipline. And the eligibility criteria which I have decided is more than 50% attendance of level 1 sessions, and commitment that everybody will every day chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, minimum 1 round. I could have said 2 or 4, but understanding everybody's situation, I have reduced it to 1 round. That does not mean that those who are chanting 4 rounds, they should drop down to 1 round. No. So the eligibility criteria is anybody who can chant 1 round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day, and everybody who has a good attendance in level 1, they are allowed to come to level 2. In level 2, we'll have more personal and detailed discussions. We'll have shloka memorizations. Now we'll have a kit where we will learn some shlokas. And of course, level 2 is more flexible. The content of level 2 is not fixed all the time. If you are currently facing a problem, or a friend is facing, or if you want any hypothetical situation to be discussed, you can always raise it up, and that may be considered for the next session's discussion. It's very much dynamic, you can say. So there'll be kirtan, there'll be shloka memorization, there'll be book reading and discussions, there'll be question and answers, and most importantly, we will chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Moving on to the practical tip of the day. We understand that due to some people will not be able to continue. We are very happy that some people will continue. In fact, around, I don't know the exact number, but more than 100, around 130 people have confirmed, either to the volunteers who are calling them, or by filling the Google form, that they want to attend level 2. So congratulations to those people. However, my general advice to everybody is, please continue to remain in the association of devotees, continue in satsang. Someone may say, I'm an expert, I can handle my life on my own, but still we need each other's help to be always happy. If anybody is thinking that they will go out of the association of devotees, and as per their own convenience, they will chant Hare Krishna and practice Krishna consciousness, let me tell you, they are in illusion. There is no possibility of practicing Krishna consciousness outside the association of devotees. I remember a few of my students, last year they told me, Prabhuji, this Gita course is too much for me to handle. Although they are not doing anything, they are simply, earlier it was not online. They would just come, sit in one place, listen something, and then they would have nice prasadam. I used to take great feasts. You people are a little unfortunate. You're missing all the great prasadam which we used to bring. It was really great. Like, no day we served less than 5 items like that. So many people used to come for prasad only. So they were not doing much. They were just coming, attending the sessions, having nice prasad, but still they used to say, it's too much for us to cope up, Prabhu. And they left. And one of the person gave me a reason that, Prabhupada is my guru, and I want to practice Krishna consciousness, in my own way. So this purport of Srila Prabhupada came in my mind. That anybody who's thinking that they'll be able to practice Krishna consciousness outside the association of devotees, they are in illusion. This is statements of Prabhupada, not my statement. The best example is Maharaj Bharat. He gave up the whole world at the age of 24. Just like when somebody does toilet and comes out, they don't even look at the toilet, they just flush it. They don't become attached to the stool which they have passed. So in that way, Bharat Maharaj left the whole kingdom. But because he did not have the association of devotees, Maya played a trick in the form of a deer, and then he fell into the trap of that. And then 3 lifetimes gone, he had to become a deer, and then he had to become Jad Bharat. So these are classic examples of great devotees of Lord who thought at some point of time that they are mature enough, senior enough, expert enough to stay outside the satsang of devotees and practice Krishna consciousness. Some of my students sometimes tell me, Prabhuji, I'm leaving Bangalore. I'll go to Mayapur, or I'll go to Jagannath Puri, or I'll go to Vrindavan. I'll buy a flat there, and very nicely I'll stay there. I'll practice Krishna consciousness. Some of them did that also. Now they have stopped chanting Hare Krishna also. So please always continue to remain in satsang. Somehow or the other, always remain connected. I repeat, somehow or the other, always remain connected. One may not be able to connect on a proper frequency also, but somehow or the other, remain connected. Remain connected. So that is the practical tip of the day. Easiest way to worship the Lord. तृतीयाध्यायतो विष्णुं त्रैतायां यजतो मखहि द्वापरे परिचर्यायां कलौ तद्धरि कीर्तनात्. Whatever result was obtained in Satyuga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing the sacrifices, and in Dwapar Yuga by serving the Lord's lotus feet can be obtained in Kali Yuga by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti shodashakam nam kalikalmashanashanam nat paratarupaya sarva vedeshu drishyate. These 16 names composed of the 32 syllables are the only means to counteract the evil effects of Kali Yuga. In all the Vedas, it is seen that to cross the ocean of nescience, there is no alternative to chanting the holy name. Some homework and some tips. Please learn the Bhagavad Gita Shloka 18.66. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shucha. Please learn that verse. And second point, please participate in book distribution. Please meditate on what Srila Prabhupada has to say about this book distribution. Now, I was telling you that I'll come back to this verse. What is happening in that verse, Srimad Bhagavatam 4th Canto, chapter 24, Shloka 53, which I was reading? Prabhupada was telling in the purport that meditation has become a very common word these days. Why? Because people are not understanding what meditation is. They think keeping the body fit is meditation. They think that the purpose of meditation is to get rid of stress. Why this is happening? As Prabhupada says in the purport, because they have not started hearing from a self-realized soul. So therefore, whatever so-called spirituality they may be practicing, it is all superfluous and superficial. There is a very nice verse. I'm just trying to pull out that verse. Stop my screen share. The verse says, Maya Mugdha Jivera Nahi Swatah Krishna Gyan Jivera Kripaya Kaila Krishna Ved Puran. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.122. The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna consciousness by his own effort. So, out of causeless mercy, Lord Krishna compiled the Vedic literature and its supplement, the Puranas, in the form of Vedvyas. Jivera Kripaya Kaila Krishna Veda Puran. So this is very, very important. Unless one hears from a self-realized soul can, like Srila Prabhupada, can only explain to us what is the real purport of these Vedas and Puranas, Mahabharata and the other Itihas. Only a self-realized soul can do this. And unless we hear from such a self-realized soul, there is no question of our bhakti to begin. We will always be in a superfluous, superficial kind of a thing. We'll be changing it every now and then. How is it possible? How can the general public hear from a self-realized soul? The answer is book distribution. The statements of Srila Prabhupada in his books, this is his Vani. What can your 1 hour lecture or my 2-minute lecture do? Nothing. However, if somehow or the other we push a book of Srila Prabhupada or we push a literature related to Krishna consciousness in someone's hand, never mind what they pay or they don't pay, somehow or the other if we push a literature, and even if they read one page, even if they read one verse, even if they read one word, their life can change. I was reading something from the purports of Srila Prabhupada. I will again open it and read it out to you. In my sessions, mostly I speak what I have read from the various purports of Srila Prabhupada, because I like repeating whatever Prabhupada has said. Srila Prabhupada is speaking in a lecture. He's telling, my special mission is to complete the Srimad Bhagavatam in 60 volumes, so that most important thing on the part of international society on the part of the international society. No, I'm repeating again. My special mission is to complete the Srimad Bhagavatam in 60 volumes. So the most important thing on part of the international society is to organize the distribution and the sales of these transcendental literature. Our book distribution program is the most important work. Anyone reading our Krishna book, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Nectar of Devotion, Bhagavad Gita as it is sure to become a Krishna conscious person. Therefore, somehow or the other, we must push on this literature distribution program either through schools, colleges, libraries, life memberships, programs, or even ordinary sales. That is real preaching. Who can speak better than the books? The real preaching is distribution of books. You should know this tactic, how to distribute books without irritating people. Prabhupada is very, very compassionate. And then he's telling the same thing which I told. I read from here only and told. He says, what your lecture will do for 3 minutes. But if he reads one page from this book, his life may change. So like that, Prabhupada is saying. So make this your most important task. This is from a lecture actually. Print my books in as many languages and distribute them widely. That will please my spiritual master. Never mind, it takes a little time to make progress. Our process is slow but sure. And if we can continue in this way, we shall go one day back home, back to Godhead. So this is the mood of Srila Prabhupada. In another place, he's saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Anadir Bahir Mukha Jiva Swatah Krishna Nahi Gyan. We are so foolish, influenced by the material energy, that automatically we cannot understand Krishna. Therefore, the Krishna conscious propaganda is required. Not that automatically they will come to Krishna consciousness. There is need for spreading. If you are actually benevolent to your countrymen, to your society, to the human society, you must spread and preach this Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, they are going to be carried away by the influence of Maya. Therefore, the most important and valuable welfare activity is to spread this Krishna movement, Krishna consciousness movement all over the world, which can be most effectively achieved by the distribution of Srila Prabhupada's books. So this is the purport of distributing books. That's why I always keep stressing, distribute books, especially in the month of marathon. That's what I'm trying to say, distribute the books of Srila Prabhupada. Now, I've been talking about various books. Some of you have your Bhagavad Gita, some of you don't have. If you don't have, please place your order of Bhagavad Gita. There is a UPI ID. I will request someone to type that UPI ID in the chat box so that all can see. I will also circulate it in the groups. You can make your payments to this UPI ID and order your books. However, we also want to talk about this Back to Godhead magazines. So on the Ekadashi day, I talked about it. I don't know how much I was able to make people understand, because not many people ordered this. But this is something called as Back to Godhead magazines. I'm showing you one copy in English and one copy in Hindi. It is a small 36 pages magazine. I personally like it very much because it has excerpts from various books of Srila Prabhupada, various lectures of Srila Prabhupada. Also, there are some hot topics, current affairs, which are going on in the world. So different disciples of Srila Prabhupada are speaking about it. They are trying to present the mood of their spiritual master on a particular subject matter by writing upon it, by taking references from various topics. So this magazine is called as Back to Godhead. Prabhupada started this magazine during World War II. He was alone trying to do all the paper selection, printing, binding, typewriting, proofreading. And later on, his disciples took on this work. And now this magazine is being circulated internationally. This is a monthly magazine. ISKCON Whitefield is not printing this. The central ISKCON press is printing this. So please purchase these copies. It is just 600 or 650 rupees. However, why I'm requesting all of you to do this is because this is a monthly magazine. It comes right to your doorstep. And this is an amalgamation of various books of Srila Prabhupada and various lectures of Srila Prabhupada and various other topics which are being presented from the Krishna conscious angle. There are like any other magazine questions and answers going on. This is a very, very good spiritual digest. I understand that most of us have this hankering of reading magazines. That hankering can be dovetailed in reading Krishna conscious magazines. It is available in various languages also. You need not worry about it. This is one of the best gifts which we can give to ourselves. So I will request all of you to kindly take this magazine for yourself. I have already posted the link for ordering your subscription in the WhatsApp groups. If you want, I can post it again. But please, now, today, or after the session, whenever you want, please purchase the subscription of this magazine. It does not cost a fortune. Costs only 600 rupees or maybe even less than that in some languages. But if you purchase it, at least one thing will be sure, whether you are in the association of devotees or whether you are not in the association of devotees, at least every month one Krishna conscious presentation or one Krishna conscious magazine will reach you. Who knows, after reading that magazine, you may again feel inspired to get connected with devotees, or you may remain connected with devotees. It is a very nice tool or very nice thing to give to your relatives, to give to yourself. Very nice magazine to carry, to read while in bus or train. And the paintings which are there in these magazines, they are out of the world paintings. You just see. Where have you seen such a painting? After the so much mundane art, modern art, which we are seeing, when somebody sees such kind of paintings, their heart gets relieved of the impersonal existence and so much stupid things happening all around the world. One can simply meditate. Lord Shiva says one of the strongest meditation is to meditate on the transcendental form of the Lord, Rupa Dhyan. This is Rupa Dhyan. You can simply keep seeing at this photo. And the topics are like changing. In the Damodar month, they talk about something Damodar. In the month of Purushottam, they talk about something else. So please take this magazine. Another recommendation is, I think many of you have your Bhagavad Gita as it is, but if you do not have, it is not a good thing. You are a student of Gita course. You should have your own copy of Bhagavad Gita. If you don't have, message me. I think my number is there in all the groups. I keep messaging on a daily basis. Just save my number and message me. We will get in touch, or you can message your volunteers from whom you get the calls, and you can arrange for yourself. So please take this Back to Godhead magazines for yourself. Please take the Bhagavad Gitas for yourself. If you have the Bhagavad Gita, then you can do some Shastra Dan, you can donate to others. We can distribute it on your behalf to the schools, colleges, municipalities. The idea is we want to maximize book distribution. I repeat, I'm not a salesman sitting here. My idea is to maximize book distribution, because simply by reading these books, the lives of people are going to get changed. So please take these Back to Godhead magazines. Take your own copy of Bhagavad Gitas. If you have, you can also give it to your friends as a gift. Some people are ordering Srimad Bhagavatam sets also. I'm very happy to hear that. So help as much as you can in this possibility of book distribution. Our temple, our center has taken a vrata of distributing 12,000 books in this book marathon. Till now, the figures are not very bright. I'm not very happy to reveal the figures, nor will I reveal the figures, but we have a long way to go. So please help us in our vrata of distributing as many books as we can. And please, 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 all of you, I want all my students to have their Back to Godhead magazines and their Bhagavad Gitas. If you have the Bhagavad Gita, then please donate it to others by doing some Shastra Dan. So I have two-point agenda here today. Number one, everybody please subscribe to your Back to Godhead magazines. Number two, either take a Bhagavad Gita for yourself or do some Shastra Dan. This is the only way. I'm sorry if I don't push like this, people won't do it. So I'm just pushing now. Third point, kindly ensure all of you have your Japmalas. Please chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day, fixed number of rounds. And I will request everybody to join the level 2 of this Gita course. Now, the most important part of the session is now coming, which is the felicitation program. It will take another 5 to 10 minutes. Some people were in a hurry, they left. I'm sorry, I cannot do anything. They have missed it. And we are going to record who all have taken this felicitation. So I will request all of you to kindly, I'm just opening. We will basically do a small felicitation. I'm just making that arrangements. Okay. So I will again share my screen. Are you able to see my screen? If you're able to see my screen, can you please type yes in the chat box? Okay, thank you. So now I request all of you, please speak up, and in front of me, you can consider me as your teacher and make this commitment. This is called as Shraddhavan. So you can all repeat with me. This is kind of a vow or an oath, which we are taking right now, so that we remain fixed up in Krishna consciousness. So if possible, you can just repeat with me. I wish to fulfill the following standards. Please repeat with me. I wish to fulfill the following standards of devotional service, and I shall receive the blessings of Sri Sri Gandharvika Girdhari, Shriman Mahaprabhu, and Sri Lakshmi Narsimhadev, and Srila Prabhupada, to practice Krishna consciousness as a Shraddhavan. Standards to follow. I will chant at least one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. Please say this in front of me today. And in front of, by the way, you're not just saying in front of me, just look who is ahead above me. Jagannath is also there and he's listening to you, okay? So you are talking not just to me, but also to Jagannath. Jagannath is hearing, you are taking some kind of an oath in front of the Lord. Bhagwan ke samne jhoot nahi bolne ka. So standards to follow. I will chant at least one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. I will read the teachings of Lord Krishna as given in the books of Srila Prabhupada. I will be an active devotee in the ISKCON society. That is, I will visit the satsang or Gita course as often as possible. And participate and associate with the Krishna conscious programs in the satsang. books to read. So first of all of you as Shraddhavans, when you will come out of this Gita course, level 1, and you'll graduate to level 2, there are some expectations. What are you need to know some books which have to be read. Number 1, first of all of you should know what are the 10 offenses against the holy name. If you don't know, please message me, I will share it with you. Secondly, you should be knowing what is the Panch Tattva Mantra. Thirdly, all of you should know the Prabhupada Pranam Mantra. Of course, everybody should know the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Everybody should know the Bhagavad Gita and try to read the Bhagavad Gita. And lastly, it will be good if all of you can have these Back to Godhead magazines. So you see, this is one of the criteria. I'm not just pushing the book because it is book marathon. It is one of the actual criterias for being a Shraddhavan. Yet I have access to Krishna conscious literature 12 months a year in the form of the Back to Godhead magazines. So these are the primary qualifications. Now after this, there is something called as Krishna Sevak also, which we will take in level 2, but this is Shraddhavan. So now, I would now like to announce the names of the people who have successfully completed level 1. Okay. So I have 199 names with me for various reasons who have successfully completed the Gita course, level 1. So I will now take this opportunity to announce those names, and I will also share my screen. Hope you are able to see my screen. So this is some kind of a data which I have at my disposal. So the following people have successfully completed level 1. I don't know if they are there in today's session or if they have stayed back or not. But the digital certificate of having completed level 1 of this Gita course under the guidance of Acyuta Arjunasakha Das will be given to all of you. Now, those who are my students or those who are my acquaintances, they know that I'm not a very easygoing person. So although it may look very silly, but if you go to the other temples and if you show that under Acyuta Arjunasakha Das, we have completed level 1 Gita course, they will tell you, oh, wow, you have really done something amazing. Because I'm little, I have some strict standards. Okay, so Vinita Dambal, Deepmala Golani, Uma Kant, Vimal V, Dakshayani G, Swati Betha, Naveen, Uma, Jayaprakash Pandey, Vaishnavi Jamdade, Sulbha Parki, Srinivas Ramakrishnan, Geeta Manurkar, Ritu Agarwal, Padmadata Kuduru, Abhishek Mishra, Shanti Kadam, Mridula Subbaraman, Balaji Mohan, Naresh Kumar Pandit, Ridham Sharma, Devika Malkani. These people and Tirumangal. Till Devika Malkani, they have 100% attendance, and they have also, I said that we'll make groups, so some groups have been assigned to them. They've also said yes in the Google form. But the following people, Tirumangal, Anand Suri, Madhubala, Patra, although they have nice attendance, but they have not said anything to us in the Google form whether they want to attend level 2 or not. So they have to get back to us. However, as I said, I'm a little kind. I have already assigned them some groups because they have nice attendance. Ravi Ilpar Kurti, Nivedita Soneji, Shweta Mangesh Shudrik, Chitresh Pandit, and Diksha Bhatt, A. Lokesh, Devendra Singh, Angala Parmeshwari, S.K. Pandey, Vijay Lakshmi, Rajiv, M. Deepika, Nagasundari K. Sri Jayanti Hari Krishnan, Deepa Suresh, Gigi Vijayan, Ashwin, Praveen, Pinaki, Maumita, Chinmaya, Pradeep, Prachi Richa, Ashish, Akash, Ameya, Sasmita Pradhan, Varsha Gujarati, Prachi Parihar Saxena, Snehalata, Saras, Himanshu Shekhar. So these 56 people have also been cleared. I mean, they have successfully completed level 1. Sindhu JS, Satish, Minu Verma, Mohan Kumar, Suresh Gupta, Vaishnavi, Rajasri Madhavan. Vaishnavi has expressed some difficulty in attending the second level of Gita course. So in case if you change your mind, we'll be more than happy to accommodate you. Rajasri Madhavan, Venkat Nagendra, Thimme Gowda, Vinay Kapoor, Pawan Kumar Gupta, Raghavendra AN, Roma Kanjilal and Dilip Sundar Kanjilal, Shrikant Guntupalli, Rekha Goyal, Sandhya Behera, Mahalakshmi, Ravi Agarwal, Dilip Sundar Kanjilal. Okay, Kanjilal's name has come twice. Uday Kulkarni, Sachi, Vanilla, Ram Kashyap, Gurab, Gaurav Rathi. These people have also completed their. First, hide this column. Someone may say that you're showing our numbers on YouTube. So that column. So Himanshu Shekhar, Sindhu JS, Satish, Minu Verma, Mohan Kumar, Suresh Gupta, Vaishnavi. They have also completed level 1. Rajashri Madhavan, Venkat Nagendra, Thimme Gowda, Vinay Kapoor. So I'm announcing these names so that Jagannath can hear it and give his blessings to all of you. Pawan Kumar Gupta, just like when you go to a temple, they do Archana and then they ask the names of you and the family names and everything. So I'm just doing Archana on behalf of all of you. Raghavendra AN, how many times this Ruma name will come? Okay. Shrikant Guttupalli, again this is coming. Rekha Goyal, Sandhya Behera, Mahalakshmi, Ravi Agarwal, Uday Kulkarni, Shakti, Gaurav Rathi, Krishna Kumar, Janardhan, Vaishnav Raj, Bhaskar Rao, Nagesh Prabhu, Maya Singh, Shrija Singhal, Lakshman Kumar S, Kamala, Sumit Swarnakar, Shweta, Bhuvna S. Goel, Shakun, Tanishtha, Asha Shankar, Priti Garia, Vanshika Arora, Sirisha Makireddy, Deepti Moel Renju, Shraddha Sinappa, Neeta Gilganchi, Mrs. Shudha Shri Kumar, Chandrashankar Reddy, Arvind Bhai, Dalpat Bhai Chauhan, Indrila Das Gupta, Candy, Usha Vishwanath, Rajshekhar Gada, Sunita. So for Usha Vishwanath and Rajshekhar Gada, we are not sure whether you are interested or not interested. If you're there in today's session, please let us know if you want to attend level 2 so that we can put you in some kind of a group. Gargi Chakrabarti, Pratik Singh, Seema Thapar, Devi Deepan, Sumit Kumar, Harsh Singh, Raghavendra Govind Raj, Vandana Maturu, Priyanshi Agarwal, Balaji Radhakrishnan, Madhavi, Ishan Pastaria, Jayashri Das, Preeti Pawar, Narendra Mal Bafna, Vinisha Khatri, Vishnulata Mand, Nirmal Sinha. So below this Nirmal Sinha and Anil Pathak, we don't know whether they want to attend. Not got any confirmation. If they are here in the call, please make it clear to us. Sudha Basavaraj Gilganchi, Sutapa Badyakar. So now you see Sutapa Badyakar and Rajgopalan Srinivas Rao, Adarsh Manjula, Isha Kurkar, Siddharth Krishna Kumar, Anil Ramakrishnan, Nandini Jayaprakash, Vibha Vyas, Meenakshi. Meenakshi has a good attendance. I know her personally. Request her to join. Chirag Gulati, also a very nice boy. In touch with me personally. I'm a little bit amazed to see that he's not interested in level 2. Shriya Parlikar, Pooja Pawar, Arpana, Divya, Abha Bansal, Balachandra, Rajeshwari E, Siddharth Krishnan, Vijayan, Vinod Shankar E, Tejasvi Pujari, Gita Konalatha, Vrinda K, Gamer Boy and Srilata Ambati. Hari Prasad, Swagat Mishra, Sahas, Gautami, Gau, Mani Gopi, Priyanka, Nagalakshmi, Subhasis Mohanty, Priyanka Saxena, Sundaram, Arpita Mohan, Khushi Vadhwa, Pavani Singh, Tripti Thakur, Subramaniam Bhavani Palghat, Anvesha De, MVS, Krishna, Narayani Kannan, Kannan S, Venkatesh Ji, Pradeep Chauhan, Surendra Kumar, Rajiv, Sushma Mohanan, Triveni, Shrivali, Gonguntala, Dhanashri Kukde, Ramya Varun, Sayantan Sarkar, Colonel Srinivas Amudan, BD61C 525. Wow. I don't know how we'll issue a certificate in this name. Rahul Gada, Hemant S. Kota, Monu Singh, Indira, Aman, Venkata Krishnaya, Molak Kalapali, Kalpana Sugara, Sangeeta Shelke. Now, the below people, they have quite less attendance because sometimes they have attended on YouTube or sometimes they have joined the session, but somehow they have expressed their interest in joining, and we have personally interacted with them joining the level 2. So we have included their names also today. SP Deepa, Santosh Chandel, Bhavya Padmavati, Rita Markanda, Akash Agarwal. Wow, 0% attendance. These are some names who have attended on YouTube. So we decided that we will give them a certificate to these people also. So these 199 people are qualified from our side to be called as graduates of Gita course level 1. If there is anybody who is here in this session whose name was not called out, please raise your hands. Vinita Mataji, your name was called out. Okay, anybody else? Some chat messages have come. Okay, Suresh Babu asks, if you feel that you are there in all the classes, but your name is not there, then you need to personally get in touch with me. Okay, Saheli Dev, you have to get in touch with me because our data says that your name is not there. If you have filled your name in the level 2 attendance, then it is good. Okay, so any other problems? Sangeeta Guha, I also didn't see your name, so please message me personally. See, my number is here. I'm putting it down here. One second. It is known to everybody, but those who don't know, this is my number. You can save it. Krishnamurthy Prabhu, your name was included. It was like one name, Vinita and Krishnamurthy Dambal. Okay, so we will send out the digital certificates to all of these people. And in case if you have any disagreement that yes, you were there, but somehow the name in the database doesn't show, then please get connected with me. I will search out the database. It is possible that our team has made some omission. It is possible. We are not saying that there is no mistake possibility. Sangeeta Guha and Shiva Panigrahi, all of you can message me. Okay. So thank you. With this, we end the felicitation program by offering a prayer to the lotus feet of Jagannath, who is non-different from Krishna. Neelachal Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balbhadraya Subhadrabhyam Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I pray on behalf of everybody here that they may attain eternal devotion at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, and they may always aspire to remain in the association of devotees. And I pray that Shri Gandharvika Girdhari and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu may shower their choicest blessings on them, so that they may not be stuck with some self-created difficulties in Krishna consciousness. And I just pray to my spiritual master and the entire Guru Parampara that they may all bless all of you who are there in this session and may progress in Krishna consciousness and attain the goal of this life, which is the lotus feet and eternal service to Srimati Radharani and Krishna. So with this, I'm ending today's discussions. Thank you to all the devotees who were patient enough to stay back for this felicitation ceremony. Because we are online, nothing much we can do. Earlier, we could have a formal oath ceremony where people would stand up and we could see the faces. We could see who's taking an oath, who is sleeping, and then we could have a nice feast. But this is the best which we can offer. Of course, some improvisations could have been there, here and there. I could have made some animations, this and that, but time didn't permit because I'm a little busy distributing the books. This is book marathon time. And I request all of you to also assist me in distributing the books. Please order your Back to Godhead magazine copies, and please take Bhagavad Gitas for yourself, or you can also do some Shastra Dan and we can distribute it in your name. So level 2 sessions will start from next Sunday. The first session will be time. We'll discuss what is time, and we need time to discuss what is time, because we need time to go in detail of time. So, and of course, the eligibility criteria is that anybody who is chanting regularly, only they can join level 2, or anybody who has an aspiration to chant regularly, chalo, he is also allowed, provided he should make a sincere commitment that yes, they will chant. Very soon I'm going to publish a list of names, like all the 199 names which I took today. They are not all are not attending level 2. Few of them are attending level 2. So we'll publish the names of those who are attending level 2. If your name is not there, but if you still want to attend level 2, you can personally contact me and present your case. And as I said, I'm a very simple person. I'm not a Hitler. If we see some kind of sincerity of purpose, if we see some kind of repentance that yes, I missed it in level 1, but I would really want to make it up in level 2. If we feel like that, then we will allow you, provided you have to be sincere enough to approach yourself and make yourself heard. We are not going to follow up anybody from now on, that you please come, please don't come. No, we want little self-inspired people, because the kind of engagements which we will have, it needs some kind of self-inspiration. As we say, as you promote yourself to higher classes, you need to have some higher level of discipline. So we don't want to keep asking, did you chant your rounds today? We will assume that you have chanted. So, and then we will work accordingly. Okay, so thank you very much. With this, we come to a conclusion of the level 1 of the Gita course. If there are any offenses which I have done, which I may have done knowingly or unknowingly, and if in that way I have hurt your sentiments or feelings, I beg forgiveness for that. I am not very qualified, but Srila Prabhupada is extremely qualified. I am just a representative of Srila Prabhupada. If you see some defects in me, if you see some traces of materialism in me, please forgive me. But kindly consider that I am just trying to sincerely present the statements of Srila Prabhupada. There may be faults in my presentation, but there is no fault in Srila Prabhupada or Krishna. So kindly ignore my faults and just consider the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. Srila Prabhupada says in the preface of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam that when somebody is trying to present Srimad Bhagavatam, there may be some omissions and some mistakes. But still, it is considered perfect by the thoroughly honest people of the world, because it is the glorification of the Lord. So even if I have made some mistakes, please forgive me. I am just trying to glorify the Lord. All of you are thoroughly honest. So I hope you will omit whatever mistakes and because of lack of experience which I may have made. Thank you very much. If you have any more questions, please message me. I will try to cater to them. And reminder, please take your copy of Back to Godhead magazines and take your Bhagavad Gitas. If you already have it, gift it to others, do some Shastra. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.